Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to talk about Masters of the Universe Revelation with its executive producer, Ted Biaselli. We're also going to talk about the latest in toy news, like the aftermath of the Mattel versus the Dino YouTubers. We're also going to talk about all of the reveals from Star Wars at Hasbro this past week. All of that and more tonight on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, even on Big Game Sunday, I don't want a copyright strike, is my good friend John. John, how you doing tonight?
I am doing pretty good. How are you, Jay?
I am doing well on this Sunday night. Excited for our guest. Finally, I was a little bit worried that one of us would still get some type of illness or something. Because we had Ted got like food poisoning, I think the day of, like when the first time we were going to do it. And then you got a really bad case of COVID, which then canceled again. And then Ted, who's, executive producer on a lot of things for Netflix, had to travel like a bunch of different countries. And so finally the stars aligned, came back here, and we have a fantastic guest in Ted Biaselli. Really pumped to have him on, not just because he's a executive producer for Masters of the Universe Revelation, but he's a toy geek. He's a toy nerd. So he's one of us. One of us.
He's the one of us that made it.
Yeah, exactly. He's the toy geek that actually made things. So nothing but all the respect in the world for him, and excited to have him on today. And just like anytime we have a special guest on, I ask the chat, let's treat our guests with the utmost respect. Even if you don't agree with what they're saying or whatever, or maybe you didn't like Revelation, that's fine, but let's treat our guests with respect. And we do have moderators in the chat. Again, I don't expect anything getting out of hand. We have a very respectful audience here on Toy Geeks, but let's say hi to the chat. The chat is hopping as always. Maybe I should put a timer on the chat, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go through it as fast as I can. Little side note though, as we came on, John was like, "Why is there no comments plussing in?" They weren't working at first, but luckily we got it working in time for the show. But let's say hello to the chat. We got Yair here, Grinding, Evil Villain, John Rhodes, Mr. He-Man Clicks. We've also got Chris Nolan, Master of MOTU. Got a little clip from his channel I'm going to share a little bit later. David V. Michael Y. Gervais is here as well. TMNT Universe. Jason, Mecha Manblade. Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Scott Baker, Jeff Morris, Mike Jurlico. He corrected me on how to pronounce his last name, and I still think I messed it up. I'm sorry, Mike. Brandon TV, Mr. He-Man Clicks, Richard Peppers, Toy Art, Toy and Fun, Weird I think I did that one already. Richard Pepper, I think I did it too. Comics is here. Brandon 3G, All Music Fan. We've also got Andrew McDonald, Turtle Dave, Matt Bush, as well as Black Box Studio, Chris Nolan, 16-Bit Miffit, Turtle Dave. I think I already did that one. The chat is just like going crazy. I'm trying to find the people I haven't said it. Nelson A. Colleen is here. Nick Dillinger, JMT, Roberto Colon, Black Phoenix, Liquid Cucumber, Lewis Green, Grady Pilot, JS Zachary, KJ Smith, Pop Actor, and keep going. Oh my God. I'm sorry if I missed you. Space Cowboy, Mr. He-Man Clicks, Cobweb, Toy Connections is here as well. TMNT Universe, Green Challenger, Flash 713. How dare you, Jay? You were the chosen one. I loved you. I'm so sorry, Mike. It was like Mike I'm sorry. I'll practice it more next time. I'm sorry, Mike. And Samuel Cassio is here as well. But again, thank you, everybody in the chat. So hop in chat. A lot of people here, even for Super Bowl Sunday. So really excited about that. All right, John. Enough yammering from us. Let's talk to the toy geek that, like as you said, actually makes awesome stuff. Let's bring him on. You may know him from his great Instagram page, Animate Ted. We're going to share that in a second. Great toy photography, but also kind of one of the main people responsible for bringing back Masters of the Universe for all of us MOTU fans on Netflix. Executive producer of Masters of the Universe Revelation, none other than Ted Biaselli. Let's give Ted a warm Toy Geeks welcome. Hello.
I am so happy to be here. Can I just tell you guys, I'm such a nerd for you two. Like, I watch you guys weekly. I watch all the vids. I'm such a freaking nerd. I asked you to be on. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm not puking. I'm not puking today.
That's so good. That's
Yes,
so
that is great.
Man, I woke up that morning that we were supposed to do this, and I was so freaking pumped. And then about noon, it just all started. I looked like I needed a priest. My eyes were bleeding. It was bad.
Oh. I felt so bad because kind of we've been internet communicating friends for a while, and so it was like, all right, first of the year, first guest of the year. It's gonna be great. We're gonna talk MOTU and toys and whatever. And and then I think John and I had a toy show that day. And then, I just looked on my Instagram and I saw this picture of you looking absolutely pitiful and just not looking, looking sick. Like, oh no. But
I was like, we are here. We are here. Nobody's sick. It's great.
Nobody.
I was in Romania. We're shooting a show, a Wednesday Addams show with Tim Burton. We're shooting that in Bucharest. So I was in Romania, and then I flew down to Cape Town, South Africa, because we're shooting a live action version of the anime One Piece. So I was in Cape Town for that. And then I did one day in London. One day I had lunch with Colin Trevorrow, who's directing Jurassic World.
Yeah, big.
And it was like boom, 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 boom. And I got back and I was like, I better not get COVID for going Turkey. So mad.
Hold on. You just listed amazing things, and you're excited to be here?
Yeah, I think you need to reprioritize a little bit. I will say, maybe I missed that. Wednesday Addams show with Tim Burton is like
it's his first time directing TV. He's directing half of the season.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega is playing Wednesday. Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia. Louis Guzman is Gomez. We have not announced our Uncle Fester yet, but he's amazing. And it's really, really good. It's terrific. I'm so excited about it.
That's like the perfect pairing, Tim Burton and like the Addams family.
We love the script. The script is from the guys who created Smallville, and they and Tim read the script and he was like, I love this. Like, I would have dated her in high school. This is perfect.
That's exciting. That's really cool. That's probably my first question is, clearly, we kind of joked one of us, but you're clearly one of us, like, a geek, love pop culture, toy collector, everything. Like, what is it like to actually get to be a part of the creative process for these properties that, we clearly like, you love? Like, how do you handle that? Because that'd be too much stress for me.
It's a lot of stress, by the way. Okay, so it's a weird way around. So I started my career at Disney Channel. I was there for 9 years, at the era when Disney was like on the upswing. I was there before Lizzie McGuire, before Hannah Montana, and rode that wave all the way through High School Musical, and just all the way through that. Then I worked in animation. That's where I really was. I wasn't doing live action stuff.
Gotcha.
And then I got a call from an old friend of mine who was working at Disney. She was running programming for Hasbro's TV network, The Hub. And she called me up and she was like, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to come work for me? And so I went over there. I was their VP of development, and I worked on, like, for the first time in my life, I was working on something that I intrinsically knew and loved. Yeah. So we did G.I. Joe Renegades, and we did Transformers Prime, and we did, I was able to make the Aquabats Super Show, which I was a massive fan of getting that sucker made. Yeah. And then we did R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour. So things that, like, I actually loved, I was able to work on, and it was great. It was great. You hire the right people, and you trust them, and you let them go. I think that's where the balance of being an executive comes in, is that it's weird. I'm not making my show. Sure. I'm making the show that the creatives come in, and they come in and they pitch a great show, and I just keep them on track, right?
Yeah.
So like with G.I. Joe Renegades, we had two great showrunners. We had Henry Gilroy and Marty Eisenberg, and they had both pitched versions of G.I. Joe, right? And one of them pitched, and I can't remember who, so forgive me. One of them pitched that it was like they were almost like the A-Team, like they were on the run, right, trying to clear their names. And then the other one had pitched an idea that like Cobra was sort of this benevolent, like GE and all that. And we thought that there was a really interesting pairing if you put the two things together. And Henry and Marty just clicked, and they were great. And then it was our job to just keep it on track. And then so that's really it. And like, but I'm such a Joe nerd that it was like, I was the one saying, oh no, Tunnel Rat's got a brother, we got to bring the brother, and like things like that. So it was like, that was the first time I really got to play in that space. And I was at the Hub for like 6.5 years, and then I got a call from a Netflix recruiter, and then I've been there ever since. So, but when I got to Netflix, it was a little different. The strategy was live action family programming, big 4-quad stuff like that. So we did Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. And then Fuller House was another one that I got to work on, which was like that, like
oh my God.
I grew up with them.
Yeah.
And then I'm here with it was just bananas. So like that's kind of the thing. And Fuller House was the thing that first taught me when you're doing something like this, you have to understand the DNA. You have to understand. You can't make Fuller House something it's not, right?
Yep.
And like we could have gone through the I'm trying to think of a filter, like to ground it and make it real and believable and all that. And that wouldn't have worked for Fuller House.
No,
that was what we did with Revelation. When we first started to noodle Revelation, the concept was it was Rob and I went to breakfast at Comic-Con. I think the story's been told 100 times. It was the worst breakfast in the world. And
was it a hotel breakfast or
no? It was this little restaurant in San Diego, and it was like the food was cold. We had to get our own utensils. It was terrible.
Oh,
and we were sitting there, and we just said, we were talking about our love of MOTU, and we talked about all the things that we wanted to, see.
Yeah.
That when we were kids.
Yep.
And I said, I'm in my 40s now, and I, as an adult, I recognize, and I don't get me wrong, I love Filmation series. I know it backwards and forwards. I know that that was where sort of the real MOTU fandom exploded, and there's a big cultural imprint that show landed. But in 2021, the perception by the large portion of the world, it's very campy. Nobody took it seriously. They make mocking memes. They make, all this stuff. It's so tongue in cheek. And all I wanted to do was really present these characters and this world in a way that was sincere.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be made fun of. Yeah. And the beginning of that conversation with Rob was like, there's mythology here that's as rich as Tolkien. Yeah. Why wouldn't we give these characters dimension and heartbreak and real rage and arcs, deep arcs? And when we started with the concept of it, and it was Rob and I, and Rob called me up and says, "What do you think of Kevin Smith?" And I was like, I love Kevin Smith. I was like, a huge fan. And I was like, would he do this? And he was like, he's kind of interested. So we went to Kevin, and I said, just don't make fun of it. I said, don't make fun of it. Just treat it like Shakespeare, right? I was like, this guy's, his uncle became his arch enemy. Like this is freaking, Shakespeare shit.
Yeah.
So I just want there to be some sort of groundedness. And when we talked about, you know, Rob and I talked about like my favorite episodes of Filmation, I was like, I could rattle them off. Dragon's Gift, Witch and the Warrior, Tila's Quest, Problem with Power. Like you just boom, 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 boom. And if you watch Revelation, all of those have those sort of touch points in there. And, you know, the biggest criticism that Revelation got was the portrayal of Tila, right?
Sure.
When she takes that crown off and throws it on the ground, people are like, that's not her. She's entitled, all that. And I'm like, you need to go back and watch Filmation. Like I can pull a half a dozen references where Tila talks back to Man-at-Arms, talks back to He-Man, quits the Captain of the Guard and goes running into the Darklands because she thought she did something wrong. When the Sorceress couldn't fix Man-at-Arms when he turned into Crystal in Dragon's Gift, like she basically yells at the Sorceress and He-Man's like, Tila, and she's like, she's upset, He-Man, and rightfully so. And then she gets to Granomir, and Granomir's like, who is this person speaking out? She goes, I'm Captain of the Guards, and I'll speak however I want. And I'm like, that's Tila. She's always been headstrong, impetuous, but more importantly, for the story we were telling, she had to start from a place that girl that left the palace was not ready to be the sorceress. We had to get her to the bottom. And then she had to work her way up into understanding what that role was. So I get it. And look, hindsight being 2020, I wish we could have launched all 10 at the same time.
That was gonna be one of my questions.
COVID be damned. Like there was a whole bunch of shenanigans with COVID. It pushed our date a little bit, but we knew that there was the kids show coming, and the kids show was like locked. That date was not moving. And we could either hold Revelation till after the kids show. Or we could have dropped Revelation first. One of the things we talked about doing was making sure there was something for the fans, because the kids show, it's great, by the way, but because the kids show was so different in terms of the mythology, in terms of the portrayals, in terms of all that, we wanted to make sure that there was something that honored the adults. Surprise! Some people did not feel that it honored it very well. And I think one of the biggest lessons with Revelation was just the expectations of fandom, right? The bait and switch and all that stuff like that. And it's like nobody bait and switched anything. We literally in the first press release said, when the Sword of Power goes missing, it's up to Tila to save the world. Like the very first press release, we said that. And then in the teaser trailer, that's the thing. It was a teaser. It was supposed to sort of jog the memory of people who may not have thought about He-Man in the past 25 years. And that opening episode was supposed to feel, and we always called it a spiritual sequel because we can't actually make Filmation. It's owned by a different company. So we had to be lovingly reverent to it, but it had to be its own thing. So that first episode was supposed to feel like all 130 episodes of that show had happened. And this is just the next episode. And then something changes that sort of instigates the big thing. And when we had that first conversation and we talked about what's the thing we want to see? And we said, well, you know, the show never really had a lot of character development or big plot threads. And all of them revolved around Tila. She was the only one that had a destiny that was unfulfilled, right? In the entirety of the show. We knew that she was going to be the sorceress. We never got to see that. We knew that she was the one out of the core group that didn't know Adam's secret. Everybody else knew, right? Like, except for his father. Sorry. The idea that there was a catalyst, a moment that would set her on her path to become the sorceress. And then we have the Superman problem. When He-Man is in the picture, nothing is insurmountable. He is the most powerful man in the universe. So we needed to have an inciting incident that took He-Man out, put Tila on a path towards her journey, and set up the stakes for what the world would be like. and why we need He-Man. That's so, Kevin he's amazing, right? He's a sweetheart. He's one of the best writers I've ever worked with in my life. I adore him. And he, when he said that this is really about He-Man, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't lying. It was about He-Man. It was about what happens when He-Man is gone and the impact that he had on everyone, the impact that he had on Sheila, the impact that he had on his parents, what their lives were like without him. We also got to explore Adam in a way that really hadn't been done.
Yes.
Adam was He-Man, why he was given that sword.
Yeah.
And I think that again, when you see all 10 episodes together, it's a piece. It is one whole story. And I understand the criticisms that people felt like we were, we gave them one thing and then gave them something else. And it's like, well, we wanted, everybody ends that show with the exception of Fisto and Clamp who were very dead.
Hold on. Black Phoenix said, not gonna lie, I didn't like how you killed off Fisto and Clamp.
Hold that thought. But everybody ends Revelation in a way, like you now have Tila who you look at and you're like, she has come full circle. She has a responsibility. She has a duty. She's still figuring it out. She is not, she's not superstar sorceress yet. She's still figuring it out, but she at least is centered, right? She apologizes to Adam. She says, I know why you kept the secret. I'm not telling you, it didn't hurt people, but I understand it. She apologizes to King Randor and says, I'm sorry. And he says, I get it. You were hurt. I was too. And he says, I was wrong for the way I treated my son. Like it really all comes together so that by the end, He-Man is He-Man, kicking ass. Teal is the sorceress. Orko's all powerful. Like we literally we had a target. We knew where we were heading, but we had to, if it was easy, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah. Right.
So I apologize if people didn't like how we twisted the characters a little bit. I go back and I say we really only changed 3 things from like the Filmation lore. Like Roboto was created by Man at Arms, which was in the mini comics. It was in 2000X, and we just thought that gave an interesting dynamic, a father-son, a brother-sister dynamic. We really liked that. We made Orko sort of the not the greatest wizard in Tralla, which I never understood that. If he was a fool in Eternia, but he had a girlfriend back in Tralla, he had a family back there, he was the all-powerful wizard. Go back to Tralla. So for us, what we did was we said, Orko is the same wherever he lives, but he's here in Eternia because Adam believes in him and he believes in Adam, and together they support each other, they encourage each other, and he may be the royal fool and Adam may be perceived as a royal fool, but deep down inside they know the heart that each other had. Orko saved Adam's life when he was a kid, so there's so much love between the two of them. And I think what Tim Sheridan wrote in his episode with Orko and Evelyn was just give them all the awards because it was so good.
It was because it I don't know. It took a character that I was just like, ugh, Orko, whatever. Like he's maybe like not even top of the annoying side characters or whatever. But it was, and then Griffin Newman's performance also was incredible. Like it was just across the board. It was just amazing. How
great was that guy? So he pinged me on Instagram. That's how I met Griffin Newman.
Really?
Yeah. So Eric Carrasco, one of the writers on the show, he had said, "Hey, do you know Griffin Newman?" And I was like, "Arthur?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, he's like a big MOTU fan. And he follows me on Instagram, and he was like, he's like, "Hey, I hear you guys are doing a new MOTU show." He's like, "I'm going to be in LA. Would love to get coffee and just talk to you about it." And okay, it's really not cool when actors sort of like, try to, take the executive to lunch. But here's the thing. Griffin's one of us too. He's us. So we hung out. And he was so sincere, and he loves the characters and understood the characters so much. And then when he auditioned like everybody else, and they had affected his voice a little bit in the audition, and none of us liked it. And he was like, I don't have to do that. And he's like, I can do it myself. And it was just like we were like, oh my God, we got to Orko.
Yeah.
And then we just wrote to him. Like we wrote to him, we wrote to Lena Headey, we wrote to Mark Hamill. You just, as soon as you get those actors, you just, you keep going back while they're in the booth and you keep rewriting it because they just love it. Lena too, also super fan. I don't know if you said this in the interview, but so the last recording before COVID locked everything up. Was Lena and Mark together. It was the only time we ever had a dual recording, and Lena was there. And first of all, she's amazing. She was also in Dark Crystal for me, and I'm obsessed with Lena. And she said, she goes, I've always wanted to play Evelyn. I as soon as they said the character was Evelyn, I said, I'll do it. I don't care. And Kevin was like, you know who Evelyn is? and she pulled her glasses down. She went, yes, Kevin, I was a child too. And it was so
that is awesome.
And she, by the way, I mean, chewed it up.
She was great. Again, the casting was great. The voice acting was great. I think, but that's really cool. I didn't know that. That's amazing. That's extra level points, even though she was already kind of on another level. I do want to plus in some comments here. I like, this is kind of how I felt about it. I liked Revelations. I felt the same. I felt the same fans that hated it not only forgot the series as opposed to how they remembered it. They don't watch anymore. If they do, it's the 2000s, which is different. And I think that's part of it, right? Because I think there's just like memory effect of where you probably just don't go back and watch Filmation or whatever, and you kind of just have your own head canon, and then you see this and it's not to your head canon or whatever, and then it just
that's the real thing. It's everybody, your headcanon is different than mine, and all that stuff. And like, I'm the only one that just got to make my headcanon. But anyway, but like the everybody else is like there's so much expectations that we have on there. So when people said it was a bait and switch, I was like, it was only a switch from what you expected it to be. Like we told you what the show was going to be. The trailer showed the whole freaking thing, the sword, all that. We're like, the poster that Nate did had He-Man breaking the sword, and we had every character, and people were like, well, that's not the show. I'm like, everything that was in the trailers was in the show. So it's not like we made stuff up for the trailers that didn't make it into the show. That's very expensive to do, by the way. That was one of my favorite things ever, when my marketing guys came to me and they were like, so we want to do like a fan art poster, like who should we go to? And I was like, oh, hold on a second. and I remember, and the thing was, so Nate got to see all the cuts, so he got to see rough cuts and stuff like that. And he was pinging me. He's like, I love this so much. It was so nice to finally be able to talk about it with somebody who is like in the MOTU community, and that was the thing. It's like, oh, well, Nate gets this. I know Nate loves MOTU the way I love MOTU. And then, and then slowly we started to, we got early press screenings went out, and we started getting, press feedback. We were getting all this stuff. They're like, Teddy, you guys are going to get like near 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. They're like, critics are loving this. And we were like, oh, awesome. And then this sort of the backlash happened, and I was like, what is happening? I was like, if there was ever one brand,
right? Oh yeah. It's talking about just being a fan. Yeah, and then the backlash that happened, it was nuts. It kind of blew my mind how it snowballed. Like it was crazy. I mean, I felt so bad for people like you who are a fan, and then it just like it's coming at you real hard.
Look, I think at the end of the day, it's not up to me to tell someone else that they are a fan or not. They are fans. I cannot, I am not a gatekeeper. I do not tell you are a real fan or whatever. They have to, they can either embrace it or they can't. And that's art, right? There's things that I love. And I grew up I didn't like the Star Wars sequels. I'm sorry. Like I went into Force Awakens and I was like, oh, okay, I get what they're trying to do. It's, always two there are, Master and Apprentice. There's light and the dark. This is very cyclical. They're doing a sort of an evoking the duality. and then Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. And I was like, oh God. And like with the parallels that people are trying to make between the two of them, like I don't think Teal is a Mary Sue. I don't. I think she is a very capable warrior.
Yep.
She's always been a warrior. And I think that's what we tried to avoid. We didn't want her to just have magic.
Yep.
You know, she even says, I'm not the sorceress just because I'm related to one. She had to work for it. And that was a real thing for us. But people called her a Mary Sue, that she all of a sudden gets these powers. I was like, no. Her mother had to die before she could use her powers. And that first moment when the sorceress takes her hands and puts them over to Adam, that's the moment of transition. That's when it starts to happen. She doesn't know how she did it. She has no idea what she's capable of. But that moment, she realizes that she has something in her. And I think that's what I love. I think every character that died in MOTU died with a purpose. Moss Man died with a purpose. Orko died with purpose. He-Man.
What about Clamp Champ and Fisto?
Sacrificed himself, like, you know, and then like everybody died with it. Even Clamp Champ and Fisto. Put a pin in that.
Okay, we're still putting a pin. We're still putting a pin. Okay.
They were just fodder.
Everybody died with a purpose. They died heroes.
Yeah.
And I think when a character like Han Solo didn't. Han Solo didn't die a hero, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And like the best thing we can do.
Hold on, just to make sure we're safe. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Like, I think the best thing we can do is stewards to the brand when we have characters, and we needed to show that there's stakes, right? This is not He-Man when we were 10. This is He-Man as we are 40. Right. So we had to deliver something that, you know, that had that kind of weight to it. When I was a kid, I thought Skeletor was going to kill He-Man in every episode. Right? Only now do I realize that was never going to happen. But I wanted to believe that as an adult, like, oh shit, this could happen this time. And the only way to do that is for Skeletor to kill somebody. And in that moment when Moss Man dies, I think it's funny, by the way. I love, you know, Smells Like Pine, one of my favorite lines in there.
Yeah.
When that moment happens, the weight, by the way, Moss Man is my favorite character. So when people say, oh, you killed it. No. You killed we killed my favorite character.
Yeah.
Because that's the power of pain and the catalyst for story. So that was not an arbitrary, who are we going to kill? Oh, let's kill, you know. No, we killed the character that meant the most, you know, to me. It was my favorite toy when I was a kid. So, but when that happened, that's the moment that the story evolves. Yeah. And we had to have that weight, right? The weight of death had to be believable in that moment. Yeah. So, you know, but he died a hero. And and since then every character died a hero, you know, except Clamp Champ and Fisto. Put a pin in that.
This better pay off, Ted. That's all I'm saying.
Those two were my specific favorite figures. Them dying together was the worst.
Sorry, John, to cry at your pain.
John, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. I
know. At least Fisto had one of the best lines in the series, though.
Other than Smells Like Pine, he had the most apropos Kevin Smith line.
Don't think for a second that every time I read that in script, I didn't go, "Oh God, we're getting letters." I will say, okay. The worst thing that Evelyn did, the worst thing she did was she destroyed heaven. She destroyed hope.
Yes. Oh, I did want to ask, because if there's one thing I didn't like was the destroying heaven. So like what's like, and I know there was a lot of like, why, like all those amazing characters you shows are just gone. So yeah, please.
Well, okay. So again, we thought we were being too on the nose when we called the show Revelation. We were like, oh my God, people are gonna be like, you're religious shit. But like, it is. We really wanted it to feel like epic. And we're like, we have a messianic sacrifice. He-Man dies. He comes back. He literally gets stabbed in the side by a spear. Like Jesus. Like the dead rise from the grave. And the
sacrifice dogs and cats live together. Yes.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. The idea that we had a villain who in her deep nihilism, where she saw that there was no grand design, there was no plan for any of us, and that destroyed her. That is really the heartbreak of faith. If you've ever lost your faith, it really it's soul sucking. And she wanted to do that to everyone. And the worst thing she could ever do was destroy everyone's hope. And that's what she did. So the idea that heaven was gone and that that Clamp Champ and Fisto were condemned to hell, that was the heart. That's the horror of what these villains were really like. They're not, trying to steal the castle, and they're ruining faith and destroying the afterlife. Like that's what these people are doing. They had to be villains in a way that I don't think we've ever really seen them be villains. It's always been about greed. It's always been about what they want or what they've been deprived or cheated or a way to get secrets and stuff. Well, what happens when they finally get the secrets that they've been looking for, and it burrows their souls, and they're like, there's nothing. We have nothing to live for. And she's like, so what? You're going to kill He-Man? What? That's what you're going to do? Yeah. She's like, you could make a new universe. No. And I think we wanted to sort of give these villains an epic quality to them. And I think, look, I think time will be kind to this show. I think 20 years from now, people will come back and look and go, this was a He-Man cartoon. Like I think people will be like, what? So I think the pain of all of that was too real. I think we ended on a high, but
no,
definitely.
I think so. I think I honestly, out of all of it, just looking back, I do think there's something by way of. I mean, just some of the channels, there's a subset of the fans that I think it wasn't in good faith. Like it wasn't just like, this isn't for me, or I don't like it. It just kind of became almost something completely much worse than that. But not going to give that much.
They went into want to hate it. And like when they kept saying that, we emasculated He-Man, I challenge anyone to find a moment where He-Man is emasculated. I think he goes out like a fucking man. Like he's He-Man. He saved the universe. He went down so magnificently because he is the hero that we all aspire to be. There was nothing about his actions that was emasculine. I think that when people say Teela was masculine, I had a conversation with somebody at PowerCon, and I said I don't think she said, did, or acted in any way that was masculine. I said, I think she acts strong. She looks strong. Muscles do not have a gender. So you associate muscles with strength and strength with masculinity. Therefore, Teela is masculine. And I'm like, she can be as strong as she wants. She literally the person that she grew up, emotionally loving, right? He-Man, and the person that she had a deep friendship with, Adam, was the same person. Like, and that when you realize that the person you love is your best friend, what happens then? That's you. Like the person you think is hot and the person who is your best friend, when they become the same person, well, that's usually the person you marry. So, by the way, what we didn't want to do was indicate a relationship between Adam and He-Man when there was such a big lie between them. Like that was conscientious. Like we didn't want to indicate that Adam and Teela had anything more than a friendship because there was a lie between them. There's no lie between them anymore, guys. And the last line, they grabbed each other's hands, and that's the start of that relationship. So people were like, she's masculine, she's a lesbian. I'm like, I was like, what? I was like, and then they're like, she said the big one was that Andrew was going to become the new He-Man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was literally like, what?
But I think there's something that of this social media algorithm world where if you kind of focus on just trying to create outrage, like it gets clicks and it gets views and it works, but it's sad because I think it just amps things up when it doesn't need to be. And I do think like that split between the seasons is something that if it was just all one season, none of that criticism could have really landed. Really,
I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. And I mean, look, things are what they are,
Yeah.
but and I think at the end of the day, I think we landed the plane. I think people, people who stuck with it genuinely liked it. I know people who didn't like part 1 who really, really, really liked part 2. So I think that I think over time again, and Revelation was always designed to be a limited series. It was one story we were telling. The other thing is, there was no He-Man in this thing. And I was like, if you've ever watched an episode of Filmation, He-Man, and I don't mean this pejoratively, is a tool. He comes in to solve a problem. He is in it for maybe a quarter of the episode. It is usually Adam, Man-at-Arms, Tila, Orca, whatever that is. He-Man comes in, he saves the day, and resolves the story. Over the course of the 10 episodes, we kind of metricked it out. Percentage wise, he's in it about the same as he would have been in a standard 22-minute episode, percentage wise. So like that, it was all thought. Like we thought about all of it. So, but I get it. If you want to see He-Man saving the day, this wasn't that show. And I get that. And I acknowledge that. And I'm sorry that was the show that you wanted to see. And that's not what we made. If you wanted to see a show where the characters that you loved when you were a kid are pretty much still those characters and they do the same things and they, end every episode the same way, that's not the show. That was never the intention, but I'm sorry that wasn't the show that you wanted to see. So
and I think that's fine. I think it's fair. But what I liked is that it wasn't that, because you could just go watch that show if you want that, or you could watch the 2000X series or the other Netflix show, which is more geared toward kids, but a lot of grown-ups, like I love watching it with my kids. So like there's enough out there. Like you kind of have pick your choice. Like what do you like the best, or what speaks to you? You can pick that. But I'm curious, you brought up like trying to fit it in with both sides. So like how does that work going forward? Because I think the season 2 of that show is confirmed. Is it dropping in March? I believe the
kid show.
Yeah, the kids show. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yes. And then so my question here, as best as you can answer it. So we had the Book of Revelation. Will there be the Book of the Motherboard or whatever your next book is? Like, is there a book 2, Ted? No, don't. And
We're not confirmed.
but it's not Revelation. It's like another story.
Yeah,
if we did another season, it wouldn't be Revelation.
Okay.
Revelations are revealed.
It's true.
Somebody said, "Where was Zodak?" Indeed, where was he?
I think no matter what happens, I think we would be really excited for. Okay, let me ask this: if it did get announced, when would it get announced, or is it still so far in the ether? Like rumors would start to circulate if it was kind of impending, or like how does that really work usually?
Honestly, every show is different. So with Revelation, we announced it. We announced it as soon as we greenlit it, right?
Right. Yeah, it felt really early.
Yeah. So we had greenlit because we'd greenlit the show, and then PowerCon was like 3 weeks later, and we said, do you think we should announce it at PowerCon? And Rob was like, let me see if Mattel wants to announce it. And I was like, I'll see if Netflix wants to announce it. And then I called Brad Graber over at Powerhouse, and I was like, hey, we're going to announce Revelation at PowerCon. Kevin's going to show up. Do you think you guys could put together some sort of artwork? And they dropped that freaking beautiful castle with the sword floating in the middle. All that happened in like 4 days. Everything, like everybody was approving. It was crazy. The press release got written up. The poster got done. everything got ready in PowerCon. Val Staples called me. I was like, why is Kevin Smith coming to PowerCon? And I was like, because we didn't tell anybody. We didn't tell anybody that there was a show that we were cooking. And then we announced it at PowerCon. But an animated series takes 18 months to 2 years. So we announced it in August of 19. I think by that time we may have had I think we had maybe 2 scripts because you can write scripts before you greenlight something. So we had a couple scripts, but that was and some artwork. So that was it. And we were just the show got officially picked up, and we were like, boom!
Wow,
crazy!
Wow, yeah, it's pretty cool. What is the what is from the Mattel perspective? Like putting out 2 shows, I'm guessing Mattel has to be pretty involved in that or want it to happen. Because it just seems like there's been this MOTU resurgence. Are you feeling that type of drive and desire from Mattel to be like, we really want this property to be out there? It seems like you're doing 2 animated shows.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can't speak on behalf of Mattel there,
sure.
But they love the shows. They love the partnership with Netflix, and I feel like I've got good relationships with the Mattel people on the toy side. And Rob is over there. So it's like, we're,
that's awesome.
We're 2 pillars.
It's neat to, as a fan, it's really cool to see just something that's been dormant for a while. And, of the MOTU Classics era, which was great, but it seemed like the perspective of Mattel then it was like, you're lucky you're getting this. And then now it's like, oh, geez, we're getting shows and 7 different toy lines and all this different stuff. It's crazy. It's awesome.
It's all timing, right? It's all timing. I what was it, 2010 when Classics first came out? And I mean, I'll never forget holding, because He-Man and Beastman came at the same time. And I'll never forget holding them in my hands going, oh my God, if I don't get anything more than this, I am a happy child. These are masterpieces. I mean, every single one of them is a masterpiece.
Yes.
They're just gorgeous. And I mean, except for Rio Blast. I mean, they really screwed that one up.
There were some later ones like that. Yeah, for sure.
I hate that Buzzsaw Hordak has a hollow chest and Rio Blast doesn't. It drives me nuts.
They could sacrifice the ab crunch to tuck his guns in.
Yes, agreed.
I mean, it's his thing.
Agreed.
You had one job.
One job.
Oh my God. It's weird. I didn't want to pass this up. Maybe you can't even speak about it, but are you involved at all with the live action thing that was announced for Netflix?
The movie? No. I only do series.
Okay.
That's not true. I've worked on a couple of movies, but no, there's a whole movie division at Netflix. They're doing that. I mean, obviously timing was all kind of happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
God, if finally we get that movie, it's almost like we finally got the Ghostbusters, the 3rd Ghostbusters movie. And then we finally get the
everything comes to he who waits.
But the Masters movie has been a carrot that's been dangling what seems like 20 years. We've been hearing things way back in Wizard magazine when they would show upcoming movie rumors. It's like He-Man movie over and over and over again, switching studios. And then when Classics was happening and Scott Knightlick was talking about scripts that are being talked about and even specifics and scripts leaked online, it was like, this is seriously never going to happen. Ever.
Yeah. I mean, it actually was really close so many times.
I know.
When Jeff Wadlow was writing it, and he had written and it was before Guardians of the Galaxy. And I remember talking to him at I think it was the Power Party, the He-Man.org party at Comic-Con one year. And I remember talking to him about that, and I was just like, yours is gonna rock, dude. You got it. You nailed it. You nailed exactly what this was. And he's like, nobody's getting this tone. Nobody gets the tone. And he just nailed it. And then they passed on it. And then Guardians of the Galaxy came out. And I was like, It drives me
Oh my
nuts.
goodness.
Nuts.
Ted, I did want to, before we get into this, I did want to just talk about the other part of, I mean, your toy geekiness is anime. So is it Animate Ted or Animate Ted? Like, how would you pronounce it?
Animate Ted, because Anime Ted is a different thing. Like that's just anime stuff. But like, and I was working. That Animate Ted. I done voiceovers for a long time. So and that was on my reel, and that was my, that's how you got me, was Animate
That's
Ted.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I love your toy photography is amazing. Like this one, I especially this one. Maybe I was like, God, maybe I should have bought that dang Blitzway.
Yeah, you should have. That thing, when I was doing my figures of the year, man, that was. Whew, I love that toy. I love it.
I was just like, well, I have the was it Galoob, or who made that one? Remco. What's the old 80s?
The first one wasn't that Galoob?
Galoob. I think it's Galoob.
Galoob was the big doll.
Yeah,
but
I have that one. I think it's amazing. So I was like, I don't want to spend $100, but then I see this picture. I'm like, I made a mistake.
I forget who did the action figures. I have Dr. Claw, and I have
Tiger did the
Tiger
figures.
toys. That's right. And I have the Mad Agent.
Mm-hmm. Just incredible work. So clearly a passion project for you, but like what goes into taking pictures like this? Because I do this channel, I do little video reviews and stuff like that, and it doesn't even come close. Doesn't even come close.
So this
taking us on a tour. Let me make you.
This is my closet. Oh
wow.
Wow.
Of all my parts and pieces and things. I have lots of those extreme sets. I don't know if you guys have extreme sets. They're incredible. So I have tons of stuff, but I also I'll do my own. I make tons and tons of
God,
foam stuff. Like for that the Muckman one. So I bought this giant trash truck at Target. Look at this thing. This giant trash truck, and then I painted it. Wow. I painted it, made it dirty looking. So but I was like, and I needed that just to have a trash truck and you could barely see.
Yeah, we pull that back up. That's incredible, because my kids love those dang stupid trucks, and not in my wildest dreams would I ever have thought to put a wash on it, make it look more real. That's incredible.
You could barely see it. You could barely see it in that picture. And that took me hours to do.
Oh my God. So let me ask you this: how supportive is your husband of this work? Because I don't know, I'm thankful Colleen lets me do this stuff, but
so how
much time do you put into something like this?
He's got his own geekery. He's a big board game fanatic. So he's what I have in toys, he's got in board games.
Okay.
So and he plays a lot of tabletop stuff. So he's got miniatures and he paints and we're nerding this together.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. But then board games takes a lot longer probably than this. I would think those games can go on for months.
Oh my God. So he's got a core group of board game nerds.
Yeah.
And honestly, they'll a Sunday afternoon, 2:00 till Sunday at 2 a.m. It's just a marathon.
Yeah, I've had friends do that. I'm like, I am a true blue geek. There's no trying to be cool with this as your office, but I don't have the time to put into being a board game person.
It's so I actually, honestly, if there's one thing my husband would change about me, it's that I would play board games with him. I think that's
really.
He just loves it so much, and I don't like competition. I don't like when you're playing a game like Betrayal on House of Manhattan. No. Why are we betraying each other? That's fundamentally we should be working together. I hate when you're in the middle of a game and then he starts throwing out the cards okay, so this card does this and takes that, and then this card does that. Oh, and because I have this card right here, I take 2 of those and I win. And I just go like this. And I'm just what the hell? I'm doing really well. And then he just throws all those fucking cards down. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh. So Colleen, she's one that hates competition. I love it. And so when we play like fun board games, like I don't know, like Sorry and stuff like that. And she gets so mad because she's like, why do you beat me all the time? I was like, because I'm supposed to win. That's the point of the game, is to win the game.
Yeah, no. So there's one person I won't play board games with ever. I'll even play board games every now with my husband. Even my husband's afraid, and that's Seth Green's wife, Claire. She is hardcore. You will lose. She's amazing. She's amazing.
Where did Jay just? He just built himself out.
Hit a button. Can you see me? I'm sorry. I apologize.
You and your buttons.
Speaking of games, when I was looking at your Instagram earlier.
I'm sorry. I like to play. I like to win. Okay, I'm sorry.
I feel you, Colleen. I feel you.
Oh my God! All right, John, go ahead. I apologize.
Speaking of games, when I was looking at your Instagram earlier, and I seen something that I did not know existed, and gave me that I need to go find this, and that's that Haunted Mansion
game.
Oh my God!
I do collect vintage board games, even if I don't play them. And that Haunted Mansion's been like a holy grail of mine for years.
Is that on Facebook or Instagram?
It's on IG.
And it's amazing. Every time I find something that I didn't know was out there, like when we found out about the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, articulated figures, and it's just mind blowing.
Yep.
I cannot wait to find this game.
You can find it. The problem is the board gets really warped over time. The little pieces, the little doom buggies they're always lost. And then the board itself, what's really cool about it is when you turn it, it's all geared and the path keeps changing. And what tends to happen is that the bottom part of that, the gears on the bottom, tend to be missing. Oh, and that raven's missing too. So, but the artwork is just magnificent on that game.
Beautiful.
But have you gotten the new Haunted Mansion board game? It's actually really good. I think Ravensburger did it. It's really good. It's a lot of fun.
Huh. No, I mean, I mostly want this to set up and then display my Super 7 Haunted Mansion Ghost with it.
We need more of them. You hear that, Brian Flynn? We need more. I need a Hatbox Ghost. I need an organist. I need Yoda. I need the caretaker.
Yep.
I need Master Gracie.
They can give us the entire dining room, and I'll be happy.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Oh my God, John, I need that so bad. Did you ever get the action figures that they had at the park?
No. When did they come out?
Early 2000s. I'll send you pictures of them. They're if you go deep in my IG, they're in there.
I had never been to Disney until I was 25 in 2007.
Oh, there's a bride, the caretaker, all three hitchhiking ghosts, the mariner, and one other. I'm forgetting one other. But they're really cool. They're painted in like a glow in the dark paint, and they come with a diorama that's pretty amazing.
Oh man. Yep, I gotta find them.
All right, we're running at an hour, so I want to be respectful of everybody's time. So let's quickly go through the news. I did want to talk about John and I did a video, I think on Tuesday, with the situation with the Mattel and the copyright strikes that were kind of put on 2 accounts. It was really crazy, out of left field. And again, for those who don't know, copyright strike is like the most aggressive thing you can do on YouTube, because if you get like 3 of them, they'll pull your channel. And so all of us, and these were just doing reviews on things they bought online. Even if you didn't want them online, just do a block. Like there's other levers you could pull to like pull it from the internet if you don't want it. And so, a lot of channels, a lot of people everywhere were kind of calling on Mattel to do the right thing and kind of work with these 2 channels to pull back those copyright strikes and to kind of unban Collect Jurassic's Instagram page. And so that was on Tuesday. I think there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of work that was done, and just tireless efforts on the part of Andy's Dino Reviews and Collect Jurassic. But I'm happy to say on this show that both channels got all of their stuff reinstated. So Collect Jurassic got their Instagram page back up, which is great. I think that was on Thursday, I think. And then on Friday, Andy's Dinosaur Reviews got his channel reinstated. So I think it should be back to normal by this point. So got the copyright strikes removed, and everything should be good for those channels. So very thankful that we had a happy ending for these two channels, and glad that Mattel did the right thing here and kind of pulled that back, because it was insane, way too over the top, and glad that they both are back and everything is removed. A happy ending, which doesn't always happen in the world of the internet, so thankful for them. John, any thoughts on that?
It's good news. There was, countless videos of people just, really, I don't want to say attacking Mattel, but pretty much attacking Mattel, doing they did wrong. And I'm glad it's fixed.
Yeah. And the way I said in our video too is just like, nobody's perfect, and companies are full of people that are also not perfect. Mistakes can be made. And the important thing is hopefully when you're shown a mistake, you're able to say, you know what, sorry, we were wrong. Let's get it fixed. And I'm glad that happened.
I do hope that Mattel told them like why they got 3 strikes, because they got that first strike, they took their stuff down, and then got 2 more over the weekend. I hope there was just explanation.
12. It was 12 in total on that like Monday or whatever. It was nuts.
Jesus.
Crazy.
I don't know if it was just like some lawyer just like had no idea. It was like, just went crazy.
It's like they're like email just stuck on auto send.
I have no idea.
Well, I'm glad they're back.
Yeah. Me too. I'm a big fan of I'm a little sad that they're not doing any more Amber collection, but I'm a big fan of the Jurassic Park line, and I was that really made me sad, because again, I think exactly what you said, Jay. I don't think they really grasped what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's where really, and I'm not excusing anyone, but I just think that it got a little bit of that kind of, reaction.
It was kind of like, oh, here's the button. Okay, this will take care of it. Let's do that. And then I was like, whoa. You're going to shut down a whole channel for that. It's not.
I was wondering what all that noise was outside.
Oh, I can't hear it. You're good.
Outside of my house, but
do you need
no spoilers, but I live in Los Angeles.
Oh, is there a board game battle going on?
I can check the game. Who has won the game? I don't know. Maybe the Rams won. Did they? Maybe. Okay, because the LA generally doesn't care about football, so I don't know if they really. You're not the Lakers or the Dodgers, so Rams just won. Okay, good for the Rams. Happy for them. As a former San Diego Chargers fan, I'm really happy for the LA Rams, because I want the Chargers to fail miserably in LA. I'm not bitter. Let's move along to the next thing. So we had that happy ending there, which is great. The next thing, a bunch of Star Wars stuff revealed, tons of Black Series. But the big thing, literally, was this throne room that could very well be a HasLab or something. No, it's just a pre-order that is up right now. This thing looks incredible. I pre-ordered it. The only thing I say maybe negative is like, can you throw a Jabba in there too? Even besides that, this thing looks incredible. Yes, maybe it's a little pricey, but look at the detail. Look at all this stuff in here. Gentlemen,
accessories.
Ted, please. Yeah, go ahead.
All those accessories, my God.
Oh, looks so good. But Ted, your thoughts on this whole set as a whole?
I don't 3 3/4, but I bought that. I was like, oh man, I need that hard. I bought the trophy room too. So I'm just because I had to have it. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. John, thoughts?
I do really want this for my Jedi stuff. Not so much for the Mando or Boba Fett.
Sure.
But I could not pull the trigger on $230 without Jabba. Without Jabba. I mean,
it's spendy.
You got pretty much two options. You can go back and get that the Jabba that was like Legacy Collection or the Clone Wars Collection, the blue box one, or go back to the carded version where he came with the pipe and bowl and
that's probably the best one because then
that's probably the best. Yeah, but man, I mean, hats off to Hasbro for finally doing a playset at retail. That's not cardboard.
Yeah,
but man, no, I couldn't bite the bullet at 230.
It is spendy. It is spendy. I'll 100% give it that. But in a world where a Boba Fett could be $26, I guess this scales.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But I'm not going to defend the price. I do think it's really spendy. But to me, like the all of it, all the accessories, everything it came with, they went above and beyond.
The rotisserie. We get the friggin' rotisserie.
We get the Jabba version of what's his name, Bib Fortuna, and yeah, and then we get the throne, which is really cool. I think it's something we said, as our predictions, like, how do we not have a throne yet for Boba to sit on? Even though he didn't really do it too much in the show, but still, like, I think it's really cool. It is like the first like play set proper that isn't some type of like connected together and then it'll look like a play set or a piece of cardboard. It's like a legit play set.
It's like the first play set since Power of the Force 2. Like the Endor play set and the Hoth Attack play set, right?
Is it? Oh, Ted I mean, really unfortunate way. Sorry.
I mean,
oh, there you go. They're back. Okay.
Oh no, I think that was on purpose.
Okay. I think was that the last one?
Yeah, because I mean, there's been like a turret. There's been like a turret play set.
Do you count the carbonite freezing chamber?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was the Power of the Jedi carbonite freezing chamber, and then there was like the one that came out was 2 years ago, something like that.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Let's call that what it was.
Yeah. I think that this is like their first effort at a real good playset in a while, because I'm not counting a hallway as a playset.
No. I mean, I guess
or the playsets from Solo that were just cardboard.
Yeah.
This is like the first honest attempt at.
I think you could count. What was I bought it, that BB-8 that like turned into the new Death Star or whatever. Right?
Yeah, it was kind of like the R2 that turned into the Theed. The Theed hangar.
So there's been things, but this is a play set. This is what it's for. It may very well be.
I mean, at retail.
Oh, Andrew McDonald's a good one here. Episode 2 arena play set.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you can count the Revenge of the Sith Mustafar.
They did a Mustafar playset too. That was redone as the Temple of Akator for
Indiana Jones. Yeah.
So okay, so there has been some.
A lot of improvement, but the price is spendy.
It is a little pricey price. But I got it because I'm having bad. I don't know. Ted, did you get the Razor Crest? Because I didn't. I have bad FOMO right now.
I didn't, and I don't have FOMO. It's amazing.
Walk me off the ledge, Ted. Walk me off the ledge.
I mean, it's nice, but I also didn't get the sail barge too. I have a little FOMO for that one, but I honestly, I don't know where I would put it. I really don't.
That was mine too. And then once it blew up, I was like, okay, I don't need it.
My friend posted a picture and he was like, boom. And I was like, yep, that's the sound it made.
Yes.
Yeah, but Jay, you are getting a Thunder Tank and a Party Wagon.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And that's what matters. That's the important. That's what
you should have. No FOMO.
I have no idea where that Thunder Tank is going. That's going to go in the living room. That's that's going to go.
I've worked it out. Snowwer says thermal room is overpriced for what you get. I think that's fair. Like I think it's this weird space we're in now where like the prices are shifting. Everything will probably feel really expensive to us for a while. And I think that's part of it. But I agree. It does feel too expensive for what it is, but it looks incredible. So at least it's not something that looks like crap that's also really expensive. And I guess that's how you would do it.
Do you buy any of the like, I guess I don't know, we call them maker community, like the guys who like design stuff and print them out. Like I have a bunch of stuff over here. Hold on.
Like fan stuff, right? Or like third party, right? Or
like this guy made me a Jabba's palace, and this is a 6-inch scale, and it's just so perfect. And then like all these like little doodads, like this thing right here.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Like that, and then all these amazing like computer consoles.
And this is Black Series scale,
it's
right?
All Black Series scale. So like, and I painted this, but it's like, it's just so detailed.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Wow. I love this stuff. And then like this down here, like the Mandalorian marketplace.
Ah, that looks awesome.
So, and then that blurg, like that's a 3D printed blurg for 6-inch scale.
Oh my god! Oh no! We all know that. We all know that at home.
It happens daily.
That's 3D printed. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's 3D printed, and then I painted it.
See, that's where I don't have the painting skill. I wish, like, if you could just impart a skill without me having to do any work for it, I would love to have that skill.
They did this, the air duct, the Bespin air duct thing, and then like the tables and stuff from the thing, and then the moisture evaporator. Like I buy so much of that stuff.
Do you collect Ghostbusters?
I do.
Oh, look at that!
Did you get any of
those? Those are
the 3D printed containment unit.
What?
Yes, there's a 6-inch. There's a plasma scale containment unit.
Where?
It keeps showing up on my Insta feed.
You must send me. You must send me such things.
I'll have to find it, but I'll send it to you.
Did you get these? Do you know BAM Toy Company? Look at this.
Oh yeah, BAM. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Look at how gorgeous this is. This one
looks great.
And then this magnificent creature. Oh, these guys are just the freaking best. I love them.
I have BAM's Egon's Lab playset.
I have that too.
It's one of those things that I never thought I would own. I still kick myself. It sold at one point on eBay for $900 when I was so poor I could never spend that kind of money. But I wish current Jay could go then and buy, because for $900 I would have done that in a heartbeat. It was like a full prototype at everything, stickers and everything. Anyway, okay, that's it for news, because we got to talk about our latest toy hauls. It is the time of the show where we share what we picked up. I picked up a ton of stuff. This was a great toy haul we got. Me just saying, hashtag just saying. But Ted, usually we let our guests go first because it's the polite thing to do. Oh. You need some time to get your toy hauls together.
No, I actually still have them here. So okay, I got Thalog yesterday.
You're nice, very nice.
I love these gargoyles figures. I have a complete collection of vintage gargoyles, and so like I'm so ready for all these guys.
Yes.
I got my 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Mezco Captain Nemo. This guy. I'm a mark for every 112. Whatever they mean, come on, look at that.
Man, that looks so good.
So beautiful.
That's incredible.
Like they can literally just, I mean, really any character. They'll tell whatever character it's gonna be. Oh, there it is. And then these came.
Oh,
these beautiful figures. If you would have told me that at some point I was going to have super articulated, highly detailed 6-inch scale Madball head poppers, I would have slapped you. Like, no, who's going to make those?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Those are premium DNA, right?
Yes, they are.
How is the quality, the joints, articulation, strength, and everything?
Amazing. They're amazing. Bruce Brothers a little his foot's a little loose over here. Like it's not like shaky loose, but it's a little loose. But the paintwork is
Look at
really
that, man.
beautiful. They
Wow.
did a great job with these. The only one I don't love is Splitting Headache. I think that they should have done a different thing on the teeth.
Uh-huh.
But the rest of them looks great. I mean, he's such an odd character. Like
Yeah.
there was never a Splitting Headache in the original Head Poppers line. Lock Lips was in the original one.
Yeah.
Not Splitting Headache. So, but yeah, I love them. I'm obsessed with these.
They do look great.
And I didn't go in on the Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids line. I'm like another line of Garbage Pail Kids that will start and stop, and I will not get, the ones that I want. That's always what happens is like a Garbage Pail Kid line will start, and I'll have that wish list of Garbage Pail Kids that I want, and then they'll never come.
Yeah. Yep. All right. John, do you want to go next?
Sure. I had a very light week. All I found this week was the Fright Features Kids.
I haven't seen them anywhere.
Picked them up at my Walmart.
Yep.
And I went.
Are they
Walmart
back. Exclusives?
No,
they're showing up at Target too.
Yeah, they're showing.
And I went back to find some for Jay, but no luck. No luck. They had one full set of everybody, and they look fantastic. But now I'm fighting with myself. Do I go back and get the Ecto playset car?
You should.
I know I should. While I still can.
Yeah,
but you know, but the thing is, me and my Walmart. I'm waiting for it to get marked down to a nickel.
I know,
because that's how my Walmart works.
Your Walmart's the best and the worst. It's like the worst, the best, where they smart.
It is
like crazy.
It is, because I'll go there and they'll be putting something in clearance, hot off the truck, right away. Goes right in clearance for like McFarlane DC figures for $3.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for the next case to come in.
Yep. You have the best situation there. Yeah.
Yes. And I'll even pick up an 1998 episode 1 Battle Droid when I'm ready.
It's been known to happen. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, there was what was that, like a year ago or something? There was an actual episode 1 figure that was put on a peg.
On the peg at my Walmart.
At his Walmart.
And this is what happens when you live in the middle of North Carolina.
You ain't here in the city, John. You're out there in the country.
And I sent Jay a picture that very morning of what I found there, and I think nobody believed it at all.
No,
I brought that with me. I brought that with me.
Toy Geeks Instagram, my Instagram, and yeah, nobody believed it. Nobody believed it. All right, so it's my turn now. Yeah, so John, you finding those Fright Feature figures, and this is, and Ted, you've experienced this yourself too. Where like your friend who kind of lives around where you live is also a toy geek, and they find that thing that you really looking like, wait a second, that's around me. Damn it, now I gotta go to like every damn store and try to find it somewhere. And that's what happened to me with those Fright Feature figs, because you got that set, there wasn't any other ones. I was like, all right, this is on me now. It's on me now. And so like every morning going to different Walmarts, different Targets. And I almost lost hope. I couldn't find any. And then on Friday, went to the Briar Creek Walmart, and I found Trevor. I also found Lucky. And then I found Podcast, but no Phoebe. So then it's almost even, it's like worse now, because I have 3, but not the 4th. And so then the toy geekery, the toy addiction becomes even worse, because it's like, oh, well, now I gotta have the 4th one. I gotta have the 4th one. And so then it was like going to Walmart's, like not as far as where you are, but I was going to different ones I've gone before. And I did that yesterday. Nothing, nada, zilch. And Targets as well. So then this morning I was like, screw it. I'm just going to go out. Maybe there'll be something. I don't know. And so I was like, my son, Zach, was home. I was like, come on, Zach, let's just go on a road trip. Let's go to see this Target, like way out on the other side of Raleigh, like East Raleigh, near Triangle Town Center. And so I was like, all right, let's go. We go to that Walmart. Nothing. I was like, ugh. All right, well, there's a Super Target here. I'll just go into the Super Target. We walk in the Super Target. I had no expectations because I hadn't seen any Targets around here. And what do I find on the peg? Phoebe.
Nice.
It's the best feeling in the world. I'd given up hope. Hope was lost.
You know what is really the worst part of buying these figures and them not having just one?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's going to buy them is buying all four at one time.
Yep.
So just finding the one that you need that's the needle in the haystack.
Yeah. Are they double packing Phoebe? Like maybe they bought a whole set and there was like just a Phoebe. That's all that was there.
I don't know. When I got these, it was just the four, nothing else.
I'm so pumped. Super Target. It's an older Target. Like I feel like they built it in 2000 and haven't touched it since then. It's not my favorite Target by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, I'm so pumped to have these. Review is inbound on this channel. I'm like, this is like the last. This is it. This is it for the line for me. Until they do another movie, I guess. All right. So there's those. Then I swear to God, Ted, this isn't pandering. I promise I'm not pandering to the audience. But I found Scare Glow. Super pumped about that. I found two. So John, you have one as well.
I call that figure Some Glow.
You couldn't call Mattel, be like, why can't you just make this? Why can't you just make that glow in the dark?
Don't even start, dude. Don't even start.
That is awesome. That's because they gave all the extra glow to the Origins version.
I was like,
I mean, you're skilled with the paint. Like, maybe you could just paint some glow in the dark paint where the bones are.
I could. Here's the thing. So, our friend Dan from Toy Galaxy.
Yes,
he has the right idea for how to make a Scare Glow figure. Mm-hmm. You make it in a translucent body, maybe a smoky black translucent body with glow in the dark skeleton inside the plastic. Mm-hmm. That's the Scare Glow that I think we all want.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you seen that that custom Ram Man figure that somebody did?
No.
That's another one that's been going around for at least 5 years. They cast a Ram Man figure, but they put a skeleton inside of him that is actually, and it's a vintage Ram Man figure, an 83, 82. And it has like an anatomically correct skeleton to what you think Ram Man looks like inside, and it is beautiful.
What is it? Because honestly, if we get a second season of this show, I want to see those bones in his legs.
Man. You could probably just Google image search translucent Ram Man custom.
That's awesome.
All right. Stinkor found that one as well. So like wave 3, I had a lot of success. So I completed wave 3, and this one figure in wave 2 I wasn't gonna get, but after I found these and I had all of wave 3 and I had every figure wave 2, but not this one, I was like, damn, I just need to get it now so I can have all of them. And this is the one. So for people in the chat, I haven't looked at how many likes are on there. So if we get 150 likes for today's show, I will do a live unboxing of all of these figures. Okay. Wave 2 and 3 of Revelation live unboxing here on the channel. So give us an update on the chat how many likes we have, but 150 likes, live unboxing.
What was the figure that you found?
Oh, this one. So then I completed the waves. I really wanted a classic Beastman. Not that I didn't like this interpretation of the character. I actually really dug
it's too small
when he was looking like this.
Too small. I wanted his torso to be bigger.
But still, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go all in. So waves 2 and 3 of Masterverse Revelation. I will open up on the channel live. I just did the deluxe figures a week or so ago. 150 likes. We're at 91. Woo! All right, get 91. You got to do it. Let's get it going, peeps. You got to hit those likes. 150 likes. If you want me to do a live unboxing, I will not dress as He-Man because that's too much. Doing the eyeshadow is easy because I get eyeshadow. Like, where am I gonna get a He-Man costume in time to do all that at the same time? I don't know.
You don't have the underoos? Remember when they did the He-Man underoos like about 5 years ago?
Oh, I got a pair of Skeletor underoos.
John, don't even start it. Don't.
But they're not vintage. They were remade.
They did them at the Hot Topic. Remember? Yes, they were like 5 years ago.
I think I got Luke Skywalker maybe too.
Oh my God. Yeah, a lot of people coming in from the Super Bowl. Hello, everybody. Good to see y'all. Congrats again to the Rams. Yeah, exactly. I was asked that Dan Larson, he has his. I would ask him. There you go. I would have Pixel Dan be my surrogate. He does a great one. Get to them, Jay. Listen, 103. All right, there you go. 103. Same day delivery. Okay. All right. Well, then I'll throw, if it's at 100, 250 likes, I'll wear a He-Man suit. Boom. There you go. 250 likes. If you do it, I will wear a He-Man suit.
That's
for this. What am I doing? This is awful.
Yeah, this is getting worse. This is seriously getting worse every week. and it's the people in the comments making it worse.
That's sport. 250 is tough. I don't know. 250 is that, or should I do 300? I don't really want to do it.
I would say 1,000 just because I don't want to do it.
I want to be fair. Like, I want to make it attainable. 209 watching. Exactly. I don't think it can happen. So I'm going to say 250. All right, let's keep this going. Got the last CGI He-Man figure I needed, which was Man-at-Arms. So pumped to pick that up. I think I have everybody now. I don't think there's one I'm missing. And then this is a video review I will do. Got my O-ring figures, my Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes pack that came in the mail. So that video is God, I have too many videos to do, but that one I need to do.
Are you early with those? I haven't seen those show up at all anywhere.
I've seen on people have got them on Instagram. I'm pretty sure. Am I? I don't think I'm early. You know, the chat people, am I early? Did I miss an opportunity to gain some viewers? But anyways, so I got that. Go ahead.
Did you get the Thundercats wave with Monkey in yet?
No, I got the notification, but I have not. I got the notification. It's from Big Bad that it's inbound or whatever.
I have not gotten mine.
I'm sorry.
And I am very sad because I see people getting them.
That's the worst, isn't it? It's like, I already knew.
You're West Coast. You should get them real soon.
Yeah, you should be first.
I got to tell you, I usually get Super 7 stuff really, really quick. And I went on, I made sure that I had my pre-order in. I was like, where's my pre-order? I paid. Okay, good.
Oh no. If this is true, Ivan Reitman passed away. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, that's terrible. If that's true, Ivan Reitman passing, a huge loss. Creator of so many things that I think all of us here adore. Most of all Ghostbusters, but so many more. Stripes. What's these Stripes? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I mean, so many things and wow, that if that's true, rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. Jason Reitman is his son, and oh my God, that's awful. Rest in peace, indeed. And so thankful that they got to work together to do Ghostbusters Afterlife, and they got to share that together. That's just terrible. Rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. That's terrible. He was older. He must have been in his 80s, I think.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't look that old though.
2022 is not. It's not doing. It's not good. It's not good, folks. 75. That's relatively young. Anywho, rest in peace, Ivan Reitman, and all the condolences and love out to the Reitman family during what I assume is a really tough time. Really sad to hear. Really sad to hear. But I think out of anything, whenever this happens, especially for creators, their art lives on, and they get to live far beyond their time here on Earth. So luckily, we had all of those amazing things that he created, and yeah, that's just bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, crap. I guess I don't really want to share anything now, but I'll finish it. It is Ghostbusters related. At the flea market, I found these two Extreme Ghostbusters.
You found those at the Raleigh Flea Market?
Raleigh Flea Market. And let me tell you.
Did you get those from Jeff?
Nope. They were just some random dude. Gary was there. But let me ask you this. Do you, and Ted, you probably have this too. when you are buying things at a flea market and you can just tell this was probably pooped on and bit and slept on by thousands of mice, and you still buy it because you really want it. Have you ever done that? Because that's what I felt like with these figures. It was not a good experience. No,
No, Jay.
I did.
No.
Do you know why? It's because at the Raleigh flea market you never find anything good, so you will buy whatever you find.
Okay, so I mean, they didn't look that bad, but they were dusty. They had like brown dust on them. That's how bad this dust was. So I cleaned them up, and I got them for $10 for the two, so $5 a piece.
That's a steal. Yeah, that's a steal.
Good.
And the cards are okay. These are openers to me. I slowly want to build up a whole collection. I really want to do a video.
I love the Slimer that comes with Kylie. That's a great looking Slimer.
It was the first time we got like an in-scale Slimer figure.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Well, yes, that was the first time, and then we got one with the Janine,
yes,
the 8-inch,
the Mego
style Janine. Yeah.
Yep. So this line's really special to me because it was, being a diehard Ghostbuster fan when it wasn't cool to be a diehard Ghostbuster fan, and going into my Target and seeing these on the toy shelves was like a really special. That was a vid where I was like, oh, it's back, it's back, and then it got canceled by that winter.
It's actually a really good show. I like that show.
It's a fantastic show. It's a really good passing the torch show before that became really popular. But
did they refresh my memory? Did they get the original voices to do?
Yeah.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah. So Maurice LaMarche did Egon. He played Egon throughout the entire series. And then when they had the Back in the Saddle again, they brought back the original. Not Lorenzo Music. It was still
Dave. It was Dave.
Coulier did Venkman again. But it was Frank Welker came back as Ray. I think Frank Welker still did Slimer too. But anyway, that's getting more about the passing of Ivan Reitman. Passed away in his sleep unexpectedly. Man, I guess if you're gonna go, I guess that's probably the best way to go. All right, Billy West. Oh, Billy West was Slimer in there. Okay, good to know.
Oh.
Christy Marks of Gem wrote some episodes of Extreme Ghostbusters. Charlie, damn it, John, I can't find the Invisible Ram.
I know. I just saw that. I'm looking.
You can't say things like that, John, and not have.
Next episode, next Sunday, I'll have the link, or I'll send Jay the picture of it. So
if you send it to me, I'll put it on here. This is Black Phoenix. Lorenzo Music sounded weird as Bill Murray. I was ticked when they changed Lorenzo Music as a kid. I thought Lorenzo Music's Venkman was perfect in Real Ghostbusters. Ted, you're a voice actor, or you started out there and have those talents. What's your thoughts on that? Where did you side on either side of that?
I'm with you, Jay. I liked Lorenzo Music's Peter because he was the first, right?
Yeah.
So we just went with it.
Yeah.
But I think Dave Coulier's comic timing was better. I think he had it was certainly more lively.
Yeah.
And he, I think, had more of the same intonation
that
Bill Murray had, even though Lorenzo Music was doing his own. I mean, he was doing Lorenzo Music, right?
Yeah.
And then the irony that Bill Murray goes on to play Garfield. And then
one of the great ironies.
I mean, just magical.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just Garfield's energy just made sense to me as Peter Venkman, just because like his liners as Venkman I thought always worked. But yeah. All right. Any other toy hauls, my friends? Because it's time to stump John. Then we're getting the heck out of here.
Before we go, real quick.
Okay.
So there was an art show. It was called Arturnia. A few years back. If anybody wants to Google that, that's where the Ram Man was. Arturnia. Yep. There was a MOTU art show that the translucent Ram Man was first featured at.
Okay. I'm looking at HeManWorld.com. Maybe it'll be there. There's an Orca with a skeleton.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
That looks
my God.
amazing.
It's it's so creepy.
How many contusions does he have?
That's incredible.
No. I'm just going to respond to Cobb. Said, did I say what I was going to say about Fisto and Clamshell?
Oh.
No. Put a pin in that.
I'm just going to try and keep the pin in it until we go off here. Oh my gosh, Skelevator, tremendous night, guys. It was great to hear your perspective, Ted. There you go. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's just give a shout for Ted. Come on here and so much insight. I really appreciate all the insight that you brought to it. Like, you didn't have to be that open about it, and I feel like I learned so much from you tonight. I appreciate it. Okay. John, are you ready for Stump John?
I am.
Ted, do you have yours that you wanted to have?
Your
accessories. All right, let me there's some that got this one. Martin sent in a couple as well, so I want to make sure I have those. Go ahead.
Does that go to the Beetlejuice guy?
Don't show yet. Don't show yet. I gotta hold on.
Oh, we gotta do the song.
I gotta do the song. Ted, hold it real quick. Don't show it. Real quick. Hold on.
I'll forget it. Just Men in Black mind wipe me.
Sorry, I was looking for the picture. Okay, here we go. We gotta do the song. Here we go. Yes, that's right. Hold on. It's that time again where we try to put John through the paces with his knowledge of all things toy accessories. Yes, he claims to be an expert, but we really know, he really is. Yes, it's the thing we do at the end of every episode of Toy Geeks. Everybody all around, it's time to Stump that John! Okay. Now.
I don't know the figure's name.
Hold on. No, just say, okay, go ahead. Show it again, Ted. Show it for everybody at home. What do you got?
It's Kenner Ghostbusters. I mean, not Kenner Ghostbusters. Beetlejuice. Something that the hunter guy, I can't remember. No? Is it? No?
You're so close. It's Haunter from the Ghostbusters.
Well, I didn't know he had an accessory. That's Haunter?
Yes.
Oh.
See, I thought it was somebody from
Headhunter from Beetlejuice.
I mean, it looks just like that character. I was like, whoa, like that was crazy.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
See, now my Haunter's incomplete. I thought Haunter didn't have a gun. Dang.
I mean, if this is not his, this has been with my freaking Ghostbuster figure for 20 years. If it's not his job.
Wait a
hold
second.
on. Is there? Am I even thinking right? Is there a character from Beetlejuice that's somebody
There is.
the hunter?
Yeah, there is a hunter.
Hold on. We gotta.
Now we need to find out.
We gotta investigate. Hold on.
You will have shattered my own illusion. Not even
because I swear that guy came with like a blunderbuss type gun.
I thought so too. Hold on. Beetle.
Because I got that guy too. He's downstairs in the garage too.
It is. It's his.
It's his
head.
Oh my god! How did it come? How did it get in with Haunter? You have ruined me, John. Ruined me.
I'm sorry, and you're welcome. And thank you.
No kidding. You lied to me.
Flag on the play.
Oh, shit. John, you're too good at this, man. You're too good.
Oh my god. All right. Okay.
That was great.
Wow. Do you have another?
I have one more, but this one you're gonna get it. It's too easy. It's too easy.
So maybe not. Oh, that's Silverhawk's. What's the tuning fork thing? See, I'm so bad with the characters' names, but I just know the
Windjammer.
Mm. I just know the accessory. I can place the
was like-
accessory with the character, but I don't always know the name.
I was looking at everything. I was like, John's gonna get all of these.
You'd be surprised. I think Nate Barch. Did Nate Barch stump you across the board, John? I think he stumped you across the board.
Yeah, he did. He had a robe for a Battlestar Galactica Emperor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a net
robe
for the guy that has like 4 arms. The green guy. And then like I could think of that figure, but I didn't know what line it was from or something.
Yeah. And then there was the frog bowl for Jabba. He just had that.
Oh yeah.
And you couldn't get it, and I was like, oh come on.
Yeah, just the bowl. Mm-hmm. And I've probably seen that thing 1,000 times.
Yep. So yeah, Nate Barch got your number on that one. Okay. Yep. All right. So the thank you for those, Ted. Now it's time to see. These were submitted to us, so you got 2 for 2 so far. I'm gonna give you 2 for 2. These are the next 2. These were sent in by Martin from the UK, and I have the answers for both.
I don't know what the black piece is. The dagger. I don't really know what that is either.
Uh-oh. This is maybe this will be too much of a hint, but I feel like the dagger is clearly your Achilles heel.
I know. Is it Dungeons and Dragons?
Maybe I give it. Yes, it is Dungeons and Dragons, but you need to at least give me the character.
Is it that little dwarf guy that's super common?
Mm-hmm. Maybe you get a name.
I won't know his name. I absolutely won't know his name.
I think it's Melf. Is it Melf?
Is Zarak Orc. Wait, the Orc. I thought it came with Orc. Yeah.
Zarak okay. Orc. And that black piece, I can't tell what that is. It would look like it was like an axle or something for a wheel.
That one's gonna be tough because I had no idea. I would have no idea. So one hint I can give you is this. Martin is from the UK, so this is a UK toy.
So maybe it could be like Action Force.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not even gonna pretend to dance around it. No idea.
Right. It is from Palatoy, the Talking Dalek Exterminator Gun, 1975.
That's Doctor Who, right?
Doctor Who. Yep.
No, I don't know anything about Doctor Who, other than Daleks are from Doctor Who.
And sonic screwdrivers. There you go. All right.
Sonic screwdrivers, yeah.
John, I'm gonna give this one to you. I think you got three out of plus you shattered Ted's perceptions of reality.
And now you need to find out if that Filmation Ghostbusters guy needs an accessory.
It's funny because Jake and Eddie and Tracy all came with their guns in their backpacks.
Yep.
But none of the other villains, Primeval, Scared, none of them came with their accessories. And when I was looking, I was like, oh, I didn't remember he came with that. Okay, well, that's good.
It works though. It does work with that figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's funny, it's I had that with Muckman with opening up this wave, where like it's that headcanon taken over, where I have always, like as a kid, Muckman was a bad guy. Like Muckman was with the bad guys and with the bad guys. And so when I see the boxes green, I was like, he should be purple. Muckman's a bad guy. And then I go and look, I was like, oh wait, I guess Muckman was a good guy, I guess, or kind of a good guy. And I was like,
there was a lot of that on Turtles where they start out as bad and then we're good, or they start out as good and then we're like, is Leatherhead a good guy? Is Leatherhead a bad guy?
Again as a kid, I was like, that's a bad guy.
Like, I mean, there's so many where in my mind, I'm like, oh wait, no, Leatherhead's a bad guy. No, Leatherhead was a good. Wait, was he a bad guy? He was a bad guy. Like, it goes back and forth.
Yeah. And so I was like, wow, I guess I've just been wrong my entire life.
I thought that Muckman was a bad guy when I opened him up and didn't even realize the box color. Like,
yeah, it was green, and I
denoted like, whether they were good or bad. So we got 4 good guys. Is Mondo Gecko good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mondo Gecko's good.
We got 4 good guys in that last wave.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I get my full display set, Muckman's with the bad guys. I'm sorry. That's just
I got Muckman fighting Donatello right now.
right. Like again, I don't want to like paint Muckman into a corner that he doesn't want to be in. But I'm just like, I'm sorry. As a kid, Muckman, you were on the bad guy team. I'm sorry.
You're obviously bad. You're made of muck.
All right. I think that's it, Ted. It took a long time. It took a lot of sickness and illness to get through, but I'm so thankful that
perseverance, guys, perseverance.
And thank you. Like it's I don't know. Thank you for fighting the good fight. I don't know, but just thank you for being a fan, but like making stuff that fans can enjoy and like bringing things to screens that it's you're never gonna please everybody, Ted. But
I try. I want to please everybody so bad.
Impossible.
So I'm working on so many things this year that are all like fandom, and I'm like, I just make sure that the scripts are good. That's all I care about.
You're gonna at next year, you're gonna zoom from like your Thanos cabin, like in the woods somewhere, because you've done your work and now you're just gonna go live on a farm somewhere.
Man.
Oh my goodness. Did we hit 150 likes? Did we do it? 160 likes. Okay, there we go. All right, live stream, but thank God no freaking He-Man suit. Whew. Thank you, Super Bowl, for not people here today. Let's see what else is happening this week. So I'm doing the live stream for the Masterverse figures. I don't know if I'll get to the Ghostbusters this week, but they're in flight, and then also the O-ring figures. That's what's coming up this week on the channel. I know Sjogren, our friend of the channel, also is dropping a new figure tomorrow. So maybe, John, I don't know if you're available, maybe we can jump on and do a special thing with him tomorrow. And Ted, you
I love that guy.
Thing about season 2, but if it does happen, maybe you want to come back, or you just come back on and talk whenever you want.
Put a pin in that.
Oh, okay, put a pin.
All right.
Put a pin in that. Do you want to unpin those two things, Clamp Champ and Fisto, before we close it out?
There will be a moment to unpin.
Okay.
Okay.
There will be lots of unpinnings when that time is right.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, and thank you, Dartherian Screen Geeks, for Peacemaker. Yes, Ralph and I will be on live Thursday night at 9 p.m. So if everyone wants to talk Peacemaker after the finale, Ralph and I will be right here, Geek Dad Life, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Should be a lot of fun. Peacemaker. Oh my God, what a great show. Freaking love it. And we'll be talking about it Thursday night, 9 p.m. So hit the subscribe button and that bell icon to make sure you're notified when that one drops. like you and your pins. But we like pinless. We're so holy from all these pins.
You're on pins and needles.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, wait. Well, let me do it because I'm playing a thing. Wait, here we go. I did that for you, Ted. Okay, back to the song. All right, giving us hope. Peacemaker, yep. Coffin. The pins are confirmation, and hey, listen. If we're gonna clickbait, this will be like season 2 confirmed. No, not confirmed at all.
By the way, speaking of, we didn't talk about the Doctor Strange trailer.
Oh my God, yes. So good.
Confirmed.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Master of Motu, I didn't get to play his video. I'll play it in our next stream we do tomorrow, Master. It's really funny. Again, rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. All the love to the Reitman family. And yeah, Doctor Strange is gonna be sick. It's gonna be incredible. Yeah, all right, that's it. Everybody take care, stay safe, and until next time, hasta luego and goodbye.